Saturday today, and it's such a beautiful day. We're going to have the first braai of the year, or if you're English like I am, a barbecue. It means that we now need to take the garden out of hibernation. So the cover needs to come off the furniture, needs a bit of a wash down, and the barbecue needs getting out of the garage. I also need to prep the meat and the vegetables. So what are we going to have today? So I'll show you what I'm going to do. So in here is my little box of meat. The sausage and the bacon was for breakfast, but we've now decided we're having omelette because we've got a lot of meat for the rest of the day. I've got 2 very large chicken breasts there, which I'm going to marinate in a minute in some jerk seasoning. And then I'm going to make some kebabs later with them. And then I've got 2 lovely pieces of steak, which I'm going to put some steak and chops on again and leave that to marinate for later. So I'll get on with those, and then we'll see what we're going to do vegetable wise. Obviously I'm on Slimming World, so I'm going to try and keep mine as healthy as possible. My husband's brother is coming to join us, and they're not on Slimming World, so it'll be sort of a hybrid dinner this evening. So it'll be Slimming World friendly for me and whatever the boys want. So I'll catch you later. Okay, so there's my steak with my steak and chops on it. And then my chicken breast here is being marinated in the jerk seasoning. Okay, there it is. You get it from most supermarkets. Levi Roots, I think it's called. There you go. I think it's actually from Sainsbury's. I'll have a look if I can find the link for it. I'll put it on the bottom of this video for you. So they're now going to go in the fridge until later. Okay, so here's my garden at the moment. As I said, it needs to come out of hibernation. Lola enjoying the sunshine. There we go. The lawn has been protected over the winter from the dogs, so it's looking quite nice now. We do need to take the cover off the furniture, obviously sit on it, and repair, if I can show you down here, this is Lola's work over the winter, where she's been running around playing with the ball. She's knocked all of the stones, so I'm assuming once we take the cover off, most of the stones, that you can see actually down there, there they are, most of the stones are under the table, so a bit of work to do later, but it'll be worth it. So I'll see you later. Right, I think it's time to unveil the garden furniture for the first time this year. Let the hibernation end. And there we go, we have a table. Next thing to do is to stock my wine up in the fridge. So, better get on and do that one. Okay, so going in the fridge is my slimline wine, and it's the pink. There we go. Is there anything prettier than a fridge full of slim? There you go. And one in the door ready for leaders. Can't have a braai without your slim. There you go. And here's our little barbecue, or braai as we call it. Still in its hibernation point at the moment, so that will come out shortly. Right, so here's our braai, its first outing of the year. So it's just got out, so probably going to need to give it a bit of a clean before we can start using it. But very excited. There we go, so it's had its first spring clean of the year, so it just needs to dry now before we use it later. Charcoal wise, we always use lumpwood charcoal, if I can show you. Oh, there we go. We don't like the self-lighting charcoal. I know it's supposed to be easier, but we just don't find that it actually burns as well. So that's what we go for all the time. If we're doing something like a puiki, which is a bit like a stew, and we want the heat to be there longer, then we'll obviously go for briquettes. And then, sorry, my husband's South African cap. You then obviously need barbecue lighting, fire lighters, and that's it really. So hubby will do that later. I'm just going to go now and look at what veg we need to start prepping that. Right, so now it's time for me to prep the veg. As I said earlier, we're having steak, chicken kebabs, and we've got some vorevors. which is South African sausage, if you don't know. So I'm going to try and keep the vegetables as simple as possible. They don't really need to be over the top. So what am I having? Okay, so here I've got some shallots. I've got a red pepper and a green pepper, aubergine, and 1.5 courgettes, because I used half the other day. I don't know if you remember when I made my turkey meatloaf, I used grated courgettes, so that's the other half of it, and some mushrooms. And then I'm also going to add to that some new potatoes, but I have part-boiled them. Okay, there they are. The reason I parboil them is because when you put them onto the barbecue or the braai, it takes longer than the veg do to cook. So by parboiling them, they'll all cook at the same time. So I suppose I better get chopping. Now, one other tip that I want to give you as well is, you know, when you get these sort of meals from the supermarket, or just sometimes just meat or whatever, and they come in these metal foil tins, don't throw them away. I wash them and keep them, and they are perfect for barbecuing. If you want to do chopped onions, or like I'm going to do today, chopped vegetables, you can put absolutely anything on it, but you know, it doesn't matter, they don't get spoilt, they don't get ruined. They do actually last quite a few barbecues as well, so you can wash them after you've used them. They get a bit sort of charcoal, sort of blackened, but that's only on the downside, that side, not the actual cooking side of it. So I literally keep them. I've got loads in the garage, and so they're just perfect. Even the smaller ones, they just really come in so handy when you're doing barbecues. And if you're like us in the summer, we try and do quite a lot when we can. So that's why I'm so excited. It's a bit late for us actually, because we normally have had one by now. I don't know why we haven't. And also we have been known to do it in the winter as well, especially if you do a potjie, which if you Google a potjie, it's like a black witch's pot. And you can put any sort of things in there. It's a bit like a stew, or you can do a Caribbean chicken, or anything that's a bit like slow cooker food really. But you do need briquettes to do that. And that is really nice in the winter if you're having a group of people around. You know, yes, it's cold, but it's just something nice. You can stand around the fire and just, you know, watch the boys cook. But that's the top tip. If it's a potjie, the boys do the cooking. My husband's South African, as you know, so, and his brother's here, who's obviously South African as well. Actually, what I'm going to do quickly before I start my chopping, let me show you what a boerewors looks like. There you go. That is a boerewors, and that one looks like it's got cheese in it actually. Yeah, it has got cheese in it. They are a lot more spicier and a lot more herby than normal sausages. And here's a confession. I might be married to a South African, but I really don't like boerewors. I'm not a great sausage eater anyway, I have to say. But wors I've just never really took to, so I won't be having any later. Oh well. I've got the chicken kebabs, and I will have a bit of steak and the vegetables. I'm also going to make a garlic bread, which is going to be sin-free. So you better wait and hold on and watch to see how I do it. Right, so now I'm going to be chopping. Okay, so here are the vegetables. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. I have done 2 separate lots. There is only 3 of us, but what I like is, because you do this on the braai, or the barbecue in your case, they get quite smoky flavour, and they're brilliant to actually have during the week with salads as well, cold. So you can never have too many vegetables, that's for sure. Now there's one secret ingredient now to go with this before I put the foil over it to go on the fire. And I'm willing to share with you as long as you keep it a secret. Okay, you ready for this? It is balsamic vinegar. They are absolutely amazing with this on. Just drizzle it over the veg. Okay, let's do this one. There you go. And I'm just going to put some foil over these, and then they'll go on the fire when the fire's hot enough. The fire isn't on at the moment because the boys are watching rugby. But when we do start the fire, I will show you that as well. Okay, so next thing to do is the garlic bread. And that's another secret I'm going to share with you. Hi, right, it's now time for the garlic bread. And there's only one way I'm going to make this garlic bread sin-free. And that is using Da, 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 da. Promise gluten-free rolls from Sainsbury's. Now, if you saw my ice bun video, you'll know that these are your healthy extra B. So you don't need to sin them at all, as long as you've not had your healthy extra B already. If you have the 5 sins, so you can't not have them, it's just they won't be free if you had your healthy extra B. Okay, so what am I going to do and how am I going to make them? Dead easy, guys. You'll wonder why you never did it before. So there is my roll, and here I have some garlic cloves, which I've actually part cooked already. Now, I did these in the active fry. I would normally do them in the oven, it's just I didn't have the oven on today and it was a waste just to put some garlic cloves in just to cook them. So when they came out, I've actually just mashed them down a bit. Now, I struggle with garlic presses. I've never found one that really works nicely. So anyone out there who has a garlic press that actually works, please let me know, I'd appreciate that. So what am I going to do next? Well, next I'm going to put some slits into my roll. Okay, so can you see what I've done there? Don't go all the way to the bottom because otherwise it'll fall apart, but as far down as you can safely. Okay, can you see that? Now I'm going to spray in between each of these sections with Fry Light butter. There you go. So let's do that now. Okay, so that's been done, and I've just popped some on top as well. So it's all been put into the middle there. Okay, now all I'm going to do is I've got my garlic here, which I'm just going to stuff into each. Sorry, you can't even see. I'm just going to stuff the garlic into each of these slots. There we go. Now, you can put as much or as little garlic as you want into these. I'm obviously putting in a lot. So, my husband may not want to be near me later. Unless he's going to have some of this with me. There we go. Right, so, here we go. And all I'm going to do with that now is put that into foil, and that will go on the braai as well to cook. And that is your sin-free garlic bread. Now, if you want to, you can put cheese on top of that as well, because I've not had my healthy extra A today. I may do that, I think. In fact, actually, I am going to do it. So I'm going to get some cheese now and pop that in as well. There you go. Now with cheese. You probably get a theme with me that some of my cooking is literally on the hoof, and this is just one of them. So right, that's going to full then, and it's going to be put to one side for when we start doing the cooking. Right, now it's time to prep my kebabs, and they're so easy. I'm not going to put any vegetables on with them because I've got loads of vegetables already over there, which you've seen already. So all I'm going to do is pop the chicken meat onto some skewers. How simple is that? And here they are. So again, they're ready now for the fire. Just need 2 boys to get there and start cooking. And obviously, because it's summer, it's barbecue time, there's only one thing to drink, and that is Slim Pink. If you know me, this is one of my favourite wines. It's amazing. You can get it online, and you can get this fizz in Tesco's, and it is just divine. Now time to light the fire. So the way to test if your fire is ready to cook is you can put your hand there and you can hold it for 3 seconds without burning. Obviously the coals aren't hot enough at the moment, but when they do get going, if it's too hot, I shouldn't be able to do that. So there you go, top tip. And here's the final results. Hopefully you enjoyed that, guys. If you did, why are you not subscribing to my channel? Because you need to be. Please subscribe, please click notifications as well so you get more of my videos that come through to you. Have a good day and I will see you soon.